I'm driving. This is a terrible angle because you're not supposed to have cell phones out while you're driving. And I don't really get trouble. But I also want to record. See, this is very random to record phone like this. But I don't want to get in trouble. But I want to record. Okay, so I haven't uploaded for a few days, not because I haven't had anything to say or because I don't want to, but I was really busy. Tuesday, which is my normal hiking day, I didn't have time to write because I wasn't alone all day. My sister-in-law and I decided last minute to go camping, so we ended up camping, which was awesome. But I wasn't alone, so I couldn't really record anything. But it was really cool. We went out to Camp Far West, and we set up camp, and we built a fire. I started a fire without matches. All I did, I had a little bit of punk, which is, cotton to start a fire, and I used a flint striker and paper and dry wood and stuff, and I started our campfire like that. Totally badass. Woman versus nature. Bear Grylls got nothing on me, right? Very proud of myself. It was so cool. And then we ended up just sitting around the campfire and watching the stars come out and talk. And then, we slept, and then the next morning we got to watch the sunrise come up over the lake. And then we went for a 6-mile hike to Fairy Falls and got to see the waterfall, and I got a fairly decent sunburn because it was really exposed and open on that hike. And then after that, we drove home, I went to my therapist, and then I went and worked at the animal shelter, and then I had a class from 7 p.m. until 11 that night. But during that time, so that's why I didn't post anything yesterday either, or record anything. But during that time that I was at, throughout the day, I ended up getting an email from my attorney who got a copy of the letter that the prosecuting attorney sent to the probation officer, and also the letter of the corrections that she was sending to the probation officer regarding the report. And good news, the federal prosecutor is on my side and requested that the probation officer reduced my role in the case from a minimum role from like a minor role to a minimum role, so to not count me like the other defendants, because I had very, very little to do with it. So if the probation officer takes that recommendation, then what would happen is my minimum sentence would change from 41 months to 31 months, and then the probation officer would still reduce it by 4 points. So instead of having 35 months, it would drop it down to 27 months, which means from a year and a half, because it's 27 months, so it's a little over 2 years, but then the federal prosecutors are requesting that whatever the minimum sentence is, that he cut it in half. So that means that puts me at a year versus a year and a half. So if she agrees to this, it really opens up possibility that I might get extremely minimal time, if any, in prison, and they might just opt for house arrest or just strictly probation. So I don't want to get too hopeful, because the probation officer could throw it out. She could just be like, no, I disagree, and not do that. But if she listens to the federal prosecutor, that could greatly reduce my sentencing, and that would be huge. That would be great. And so I want to be hopeful, and I want to say, hey, it's going to happen, but I don't want to like not jinx myself, but it's not that. I don't want to be disappointed if it's wrong, you know, and if she says no. But either way, I won't do more than a year and a half, but I could do as little as a year or less. And so that makes me feel more hopeful about the whole situation, because the less time I can get, the better it is. I stand less of a chance of losing everything that I've built and everything that matters to me in this whole entire life that I have, you know, struggled to create through all of this. So, I mean, I'm really hopeful. I want to be hopeful, you know, and part of it too is, I was talking to my therapist yesterday how I feel like it's hard because I have a strict black and white. I'm either good or I'm bad. And I have a felony, therefore I'm bad. And the person I used to be, when I think about the person I was, that person disgusts me and makes me angry at them, and is such a coward and such a weak person to allow this to happen. And it's really hard for me to be forgiving of myself back then, because I look back and I see weakness and failure instead of like I would if I was looking at a friend or someone. If I was looking at a friend, I would say, you were in a bad situation and you were manipulated and you were young and you didn't realize, you know, you weren't the person you are now. You weren't as strong and stuff like that. So I would be more forgiving if it wasn't me. And so I need to find a way to look at myself with forgiveness to where I don't feel like I have to be continually punished the rest of my life for the weakness back then, you know. And I need to somehow find acceptance. The nice thing is the panic I was having is gone again. I'm back into this calm, accepting mood, and it was very hopeful to get that email last night, and so we'll see how it goes. On another note, I asked my attorney to see if she could check on my older sister, who's already in jail. She's not sentenced yet, so she's not in prison, but she's in jail. And I emailed her to ask if she could just check to see if her health was okay. I mean, she can't get too many details, but she was able to let me know that that her attorney was not requesting her release based on her health, which if there was any health issues, he would really push to get her released instead of staying in jail. So that made me feel better that she's not sick or anything, because she has had some health problems, and I'm not sure how legit they are over these past few years, or if she's been using it to her advantage, because I do know she lied to the courts about how her health was and made fake doctor's letters and stuff. But it puts my mind a little more at ease to know that she's not dead or having severe health issues. And so that, you know, that's better. So that's kind of just where I'm at today. I might record something more tonight. I have a lovely day off, so I did a little bit of work at home, and then now I am gonna go clothes shopping with my friend, and I really need a new bra. So I need some clothes. I'm running out of like nice professional clothes for work. So I just wanted to update on what was going on. But Tuesday and Wednesday were amazing out in nature, and camping under the stars was just awesome on the lake. It was amazing. So I had a great day. So I'm gonna have a good one today too.